Hey everybody, this is John from UKEFE, and today we're going to be looking at the Grace Vanderwaal signature ukulele. And I've got three other ukuleles we're going to take a look at. One of them is the Fender Venice ukulele, which is pretty cheap. And then we've got the spruce top Lanikai, and then we also have the oak Lanikai as well. Okay, so the first uk that we're going to look at is the Fender Venice ukulele, and this is about $50. This was my very first uke, and I just wanted to find out if I was interested in the instrument at all. I didn't want to spend very much. This is now my wife's uke, and I use it sometimes when I need to do note bends, but it's a good cheap uke. Okay, so the next uke is the Fender Grace Vanderwaal uke. This was my second one, and I don't know much about Grace Vanderwaal, but when I did hear her music, I wasn't a huge fan. But what I did like about it was the headstock looked like a lot of my other Fenders that I have, guitars. I like the gold finishes, and it looked like a pretty slick uke for about $200, so I had to give it a try. Okay, so this is the Lanikai Spruce concert uke, and this was a gift to somebody in my family. It sounds amazing. It sounds great for such a small uke. Really punchy, and the neck feels incredible. It's this nice C shape. It's a little bit bigger than both of the Fender ukes that I have. It comes with strap buttons and a case, all for about $200. All right, and the last uke that we're going to be reviewing is the Lanikai Oak Tenor. This was also a gift to somebody in my family, and I thought it looked amazing. Just the oak detail all over the instrument, and I had to hear what it sounded like. It's the brownest one I have, for sure. Sounds great. Okay, so now we're going to look at the Grace Vanderwaal uke plugged in to my interface, and this is the part that I had trouble with because the first string, the high string, doesn't come through almost at all. It's totally silenced almost, and this even affects the built-in tuner that's on the instrument, which is a real shame. I bought this from Amazon because at the time I didn't have access to a store that had this uke, and I probably should have returned it, but I really felt bad because I didn't know what would happen to it. I figured I may as well keep it and use it unplugged mostly, or just, I guess, if I'm only strumming and I don't want to have a lot of highs in the mix, maybe I could use it for that. But it is basically a true alto instrument because the first string doesn't ring at all. So let's hear a little bit of what it sounds like. All right, and this is my conclusion of the ukes that I've got here. So for the Fender Venice one, it's a good cheap uke if you want to bring it with you to the beach or something like that. Not a big deal. The Grace Vanderwaal, if I had found a really good one that had the high string ringing, I think it would have probably been worth the money. The only other two issues I had is some of the bracing on the inside. This one here on the bottom had a little bit of a crack in it, and it doesn't make an audible sound, thankfully. But there are, some ukes and guitars that sometimes that happens to, and then you just hear this nasty bone crunching sound all the time. So, anything else? It does come with a really nice bag, and I think it's a really cool looking bag. It is a soft case. There isn't anything inside to really protect it, but yeah, I think that is part of the package, which is pretty nice. Then the Lanikais that I reviewed, they didn't have electronics in them, but they are also notably much louder than the Fender ukes. And I've heard some other reviewers online say the same thing. Why are these so dang quiet? What are they doing to not make it as resonant as some of the other ukes? Now it has some heft to it. It's kind of heavy. I'm wondering if maybe they made the Lanikai ukes just a little thinner in places. They still feel sturdy and strong, but maybe some part of this is just a little bit thicker or something, or absorbs a lot more of the sound. So a little bit of a knock on that. If we were to go back and listen to the ukes side by side, you probably would hear the sound difference, even though I was only recording through my headphones. So do I recommend it? I recommend it if you find one that all the strings ring equally, right? And I had my equalizer basically thing up here all on medium. So even when I turn up the high all the way, you still won't hear it as much at all. So I recommend the Lanikais for sure. Both of the ones that I tried and we had given to my family. So who knows what I'll get in the future. I'm looking at the Jazzmaster Fender and wonder if that'll be any better. We'll see. If not, I'd probably return it. So hope you like this content, and stay tuned for 2 videos a week. My next video will probably be on Friday I'm in Love, and I'll have the sheet music up on Patreon. So uke on, keep playing, and hope you have a great day. Thanks.